The judge in the Trump case in D.C. may have tried to silence Trump, but Trump is fighting back as today he argues his appeal at the Court of Appeals for the D.C. Circuit. Let's get started with this. All right, everyone, let's dive deeper and piece together the intricate legal tapestry of the Trump situation detail by detail. The central saga of this legal drama is set in Washington, D.C.'s appeal court, where the air is thick with constitutional debate and political implications. Trump's legal team, led by attorney John Sawyer, is locked in a battle against a gag order imposed by the district judge, Tanya S. Chutkan. This order isn't a light caution. It's a heavy chain designed to prevent Trump from making any public statements that could be seen as harassment or threats towards any witnesses. The gag order came about when Trump, with his characteristic flair for dramatic rhetoric, unleashed a barrage of statements calling the special counsel Jack Smith a thug and insinuating that witnesses could be lying or perhaps even deserve the death penalty. Judge Chutkan's order was a direct response to these statements by Trump, aiming to shield the integrity of the court proceedings from the whirlwind of Trump's public influence, or at least the judge so claimed. But Trump's and his allies, of course, are not sitting this one out, arguing that the gag order infringes upon his First Amendment rights, especially given his unique position as both the defendant and presidential candidate. Now, this morning is where things get even more interesting. The U.S. Court of Appeals for the D.C. Circuit, where judges Pillard, Millett, and Garcia preside for this hearing, have temporarily lifted the gag order while they further deliberate on the matter. The Court of Appeals is pondering over the constitutional tug-of-war between an individual's right to freedom of speech and the court's duty to ensure a fair and safe trial for all parties concerned. Trump's legal squad, for their part, contends that the gag order is an unprecedented overreach that sets a dangerous precedent for restricting political and core free speech. They emphasize that no court in history has ever imposed such a restriction on a criminal defendant who is also actively campaigning for president. But the special counsel's office, for its part, is also fighting back, arguing the necessity of the gag order to protect the judicial process from Trump's more flamboyant overtures. They point to Trump's history of sometimes inflammatory rhetoric, which they argue had previously led to real-world actions by his supporters. The special counsel is essentially asking this court to weigh the potential harm against the sanctity of freedom of speech. As the legal arguments this morning volley back and forth, Trump's congressional allies, such as Representative Andrew Clyde and Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene, are not just passive spectators. They have taken proactive steps to support Trump, with Greene even attending the initial court hearing and also proposing legislation relating to the case. While this legal chess game unfolds in the nation's capital, Trump, for his part, is simultaneously navigating a labyrinth of other legal challenges. In Florida, he's entangled in a case regarding possession of classified documents at the Mar-a-Lago estate. Up in New York, he's implicated in a case concerning hush money payments. And down in Georgia, there's an investigation and also a trial into his alleged interference with the 2020 presidential election, with RICO charges now pending. Each case carries its own complexities and potential repercussions for Trump and his political ambitions. The legal strategies employed, the decisions made, and the precedents set will not only shape Trump's future, but could also redefine the boundaries of political and legal discourse in the United States. The appellate court's decision on the trial court's gag order is awaited with bated breath, not just for its immediate impact on Trump's ability to communicate with the public, but also for its long-term implications in the interplay between law and politics. The ruling could further delineate the scope of what public figures, particularly those with considerable influence and political ambition, can say when they're also defendants in an ongoing criminal trial. As the panel of judges deliberate, they do so with the knowledge that their decision will echo throughout the corridors of the judiciary and the annals of constitutional law. The legal teams on both sides are preparing for all eventualities, including taking the fight to the Supreme Court should the need arise. In sum, the Trump legal saga is not just a series of isolated court cases. It is a multifaceted battle with wide-ranging implications for the American legal system, the norms of political conduct, and the very fabric of constitutional principles. It is a storyline that is complex, deeply nuanced, and full of twists and turns. A narrative that not only cultivates the nation, but also holds it in suspense as the whole story unfolds. I've been Uncivil Law, and until next time, I hope you all have a great day, and goodbye.